Hey, hey.
What's up? Thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of Billboard Live. I'm your host, Anika Daniel, and as always, we are coming to you from our headquarters in the heart of New York City in Times Square. Now, things are about to get ugly. I mean, real ugly. Because that's the name of the single from our next guest. Please give a warm welcome to Atlanta-based rapper, Mr. All Gold Everything, Trinidad James, and his crew. Okay, with the sound effects. Hey,
how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm incredible.
Okay, thank you so much for being here today. We are so blessed to have you in the building.
Thank you very much.
So you're about to do some songs.
Yeah, we're about to have a good time.
Okay.
I'm with my DJ Looney from California. I'm with my boy Young Fyre, who also produced Ugly. It's amazing. He's from Iowa. Then my family here, Avbeatz on drums, from Trinidad originally, and then of course me, Trinidad James.
Yes.
You know.
And I feel underdressed because you look so good.
Oh,
okay, but we're gonna get to all this. We're gonna get
there. We're gonna get there.
So after
the music.
Yes, after the performance, we're gonna have a quick Q&A. So we want you to get involved. If you haven't already, please head over to our Facebook and Twitter pages and use the hashtag Billboard Live to ask a question, and you might hear your question live. So without further ado, Trinidad James and crew.
Hey.
Yeah. God made you ugly, bitch you ugly, bitch you ugly. If my baby come out ugly, I still love you. Yes, I will. Hey, but nigga try play me, I'ma bust. Your baby daddy gay, undercover. Whoa. Shit. I want the ugliest revenge. I want the ugliest revenge. Yeah. I want the ugliest whip. I want the ugliest Benz. Ugliest Benz. Please do not call up your chick. She got the ugliest friends. What? Niggas be calling me ugly. Shit. Bitch, I'm a 10. One. I get a look in the mirror. I'm feeling ugly again. I get a look in the mirror. I'm feeling ugly again. My teeth looking ugly again. That check looking ugly again. I'm feeling ugly again. I'm getting ugly again. I'm feeling ugly again. I'm getting ugly again. Yeah. Ooh, I'm like none of them. I'm like none of your friends. Nah. It's a possibility that I can fly. Products with no strap. They don't even tie no strings. Talk to them. You're forever, nigga. I might never die. I can't fuck you, baby. I'm too occupied. Gonna get ugly again. Say what? I'm getting ugly again. Talk to him. I cannot look in the mirror. Ooh, I'm feeling ugly again. My teeth looking ugly again. Okay. That chat looking ugly again. Okay. I cannot look in the mirror. I'm feeling ugly again. She get ugly in this bitch. She get ugly. Yeah. She get ugly in these bitch. She get ugly. She get ugly in these streets. She get ugly. Yeah. Police shooting at my niggas. She get ugly. R.P. Stephen Clark. R.P. That shit was ugly.
That shit was ugly.
The shot for Lando in the car.
Damn.
That shit was ugly.
That shit was ugly.
I gotta stay with an ugly strap. That shit gon' come with an ugly clip. Young niggas shot with that red attack. You can get hit, yeah. Them shit getting ugly a day to day. I cannot wait for the day to end. Shit get real ugly by dividends. Niggas on labels that never pay. I had to kill it in been a minute. What? I love my teeth, nigga, fucking dead. Yeah. I'm confident, keeping COVID steady. Niggas complicated like a codefendant. I got some niggas that do the race. I got some niggas that do it business. I know pretty girls that live an ugly life. I gotta thank God. I gotta look in the mirror.
I'm feeling ugly again.
Yeah.
I gotta look in the mirror. I'm feeling ugly again. My teeth looking ugly again. That check looking ugly again. I'm feeling ugly again.
I'm getting ugly again. Yeah. I'm gonna need y'all to keep that same energy if you at home watching live. You dig? Billboard, talk to me. We about to get into some new. That new, you did? Talk to
It was gold on my wrist, now it's diamonds on my dick. Lot of niggas wanna diss, but they never did shit. They just diss me for a buzz, and they still ain't made shit.
Make sure when you run into me, nigga, give that same energy. Bitch, give that same energy. Bitch, give that same energy. What? Give that same energy. Bitch, give that same energy. Bitch, when you run into me, nigga, give that same energy. Bitch, when you run into me, nigga, give that same energy. Bitch, he not a friend of me, she not a friend of me. Don't give a fuck, nigga, style with my enemy. I gonna hustle like nigga, it's enemy. Like I'm excellent, fuck with me mentally. You not gay, you a bitch, bitch, I'm dead. Suck my
diss me for a buzz, and they still ain't made
hands
shit.
up.
Make sure
When you run into me, let's go. Give the same energy. Bitch, give the same energy. Give the same energy. Give the same energy. Give the same energy. When you run into me, nigga, give the same energy. Bitch, when you run into me, nigga, give the same energy. Hat, bro, samurai, that bitch, bro, liberated. Bitch, I'm going Super Saiyan. Shot, tap, water painted. Wish you got a nigga faded. I might catch your favorite Satan. No, if you buck, I know Chris, I know Blood, I know chicks who will beat a nigga ass in the club. Who started off a immigrant? Got a couple blacks now. Niggas turn their back on me. Ain't no coming back now. Ring on my wrist.
Now it's diamonds on my dick. Lot of niggas wanna diss, but they never did shit. They just diss me for a buzz, and they still ain't made shit. Make sure when you run into me, nigga,
Give the same energy. 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 When you run into me, give the same energy. When you run into me, give the same energy.
My side bitch, my main bitch, cause my main hoe ain't feeling me no more. No more. I said my side thing, my main thing, cause my main thing ain't feeling me no more. No more. Let go. Woo. Yeah. My side bitch, my main bitch, cause my main hoe ain't feeling me no more.
Hey, say what?
No more.
No more, no more, no
Oh,
more.
yeah, my side bitch, my main bitch, cause my main hoe ain't feeling me no more.
Say what?
No more.
No more, no more, let's go.
Now my side bitch, my main bitch, cause my main hoe ain't feeling me no more.
2, 1, 2, 3.
I say fuck love is overrated. What's the fellowship now? Reinstate. I might need to witness. These bitches crazy. Let me say it again. These bitches crazy. Say fuck the one. Now I swear. Say fuck the twice. Now I swear. See my partner on. He got a pregnant man. Fuck life like ignorant. I need a cigarette. That Newport. I got new shoes. I got new clothes. I need new hoes. Like old schools with 2 doors. I'm too short. Too clean for them photos. So please do not snap those. Got my hands up. Eyes go bigger, head down, but a mouth go big. My tank top, but she still going. She still going. I say, hey, bro, what you wanna do? Say, hey, bro, what you wanna do? We got bad bitches in the Thunder Crew, nigga, we the crew, they love the club. My side bitch, my main bitch, cause my main hoe ain't feeling me no more. No more.
No more, no more, no more.
My side bitch, my main bitch, cause my main hoe ain't feeling me no more. No more. No more. Got my side bitch, my main bitch, cause my main hoe ain't feeling me no more.
No more, say what?
No more. Got my side bitch, my main bitch, cause my main hoe ain't feeling me no more. No more.
Yeah.
No more.
Say what?
No more.
Gonna sing that shit.
No more.
We need your undivided attention. If you at the crib watching this right now, hands up. No matter where you at, you dig?
No more.
No more, no more, let's go.
No more.
Say what, say what?
No more. No more. No more.
Y'all ready?
No more. No more. 1, 2, 1. Yeah, my side bitch, my main bitch, my main hoe ain't feeling me no more.
Yeah.
No more.
No more, no more, no
Well,
more.
my side bitch, my main bitch, my main hoe ain't feeling me no more. No more. Now my side bitch, my main bitch, my main hoe ain't feeling me no more. No more. Now my side bitch, my main bitch, my main hoe ain't feeling me no more. No more.
I can see it in your face, you're all over the place. Can you stand up straight for me?
Billboard. Let's go to New York City. Yeah.
Put your motherfucking hands up. Hey, yeah.
Ooh, give me the drummer, son. Give me the drummer, son. ABB, yeah. Yeah. Let go.
Go crazy then, let's go.
Let go. Ooh.
We gotta keep it going.
Billboard, we going all the way up. All the way.
Yeah.
Number love, baby. New York City.
New shit.
ATL, ho.
Put it on your playlist. Let's go. Independent money, nigga. I got my own label. Niggas think I'm failing cause I left off of a major. I can take a loss, my nigga. I am not a stranger. I'm your father, little bitch. You should call me Darth Vader. Who's Skywalker Kush and I smoke it out of paper. Wu-Tang, Wallabies, 36 chamber. Prime time J. Ooh, drip, ooh, flavor. Takashi Murakami on my motherfucking flavor. Attitude of bitch, just shoot, ha. You fake fashion, fuck niggas funny to me. All you niggas broke, hot, your booty. I got war made on my face, I feel like Killer Cootie. This my favorite song, put it on my playlist. She put on that thong, put her on my playlist. Shazam my new song, put it on your playlist. Somebody tell my DJ he gon' have to play it. I got Uzi, I got Cardi, put them on my playlist. I got Yachty, Cardi B, put them on my playlist. I got Cardi, I got Drizzy, put them on my playlist. I got Future, I got Thugger, put them on my playlist. I got TK on the list, bitch, run the race. Bumping Kodak with my brother, I hope we beat his case. I've been that nigga in Atlanta since my kids a day. I swear, most these niggas pussy, tell them don't be safe. If you broke and you ratchet, bitch, you hurt me. Bro, if that pussy good, she just let me work it. I try to stay balanced, niggas know I'm worth it. I'm a Libra gang, nigga, it's your birthday. Hey, niggas ain't give me shit, so I don't got no pity. Whoa, live down the city, shot my nigga titty. True chain. Ooh, girl, I see that side, boom, show them titties. Ooh, shot that to Atlanta, Southside niggas with me, hey. This my favorite song, put it on my playlist. She put on that thong, put her on my playlist. Shazam my new song, put it on your playlist. Somebody tell my DJ. I got Uzi, I got Cardi, put them on my playlist. I got Yachty, Cardi B, put them on my playlist. I got Cardi, I got Drizzy, put them on my playlist. I got Future, I got Thugger, put them on my playlist. Yeah, A-Town shit, baby. Yes, sir. All my Trinities, everybody. New York City.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes,
Yo,
sir.
yo, you already know Trinidad James. My boy on the drums, Avbeatz. My main man on the mic, Young Fyre in this motherfucker. And DJ Looney, go ham, nigga.
Wow, wow, wow. You gave us that energy. That's amazing. I have to say, I don't think I've seen Emily, who's holding that camera, work so hard to keep up with you. I think you did a full aerial split. Okay.
That's all right.
This is amazing.
Hold it down, right?
I'm so excited. Okay, the fans are, coming in with a lot of questions for you guys.
That's good.
And so one of the coolest things about your story is that you started your own record label. And the fans want to know what inspired you, but budding artists want to know, too, how to do that. So if you can talk to both of those things, that'd be great.
As far as starting my own record label, it was kind of put into my lap when I first started with Success. When Success came my way, my first CEO gave me the chance to own my own label at the same time. And I didn't know what I was doing at first. And so I took a few years to really learn, because when you decide to have your own label, that means you're deciding to take on other people's careers and other people's lives and their journey and put it in your hands. And I knew how hard that journey was for me as an artist, too. So, a lot of times you see artists with labels, but you never see success from their artist, just the artist who owns the label, who's the artist, too. Right. Because it's very tough to do you and then do for others, because it's a lot that we have to do for ourselves. Yeah. So I would tell anybody that is, learning or wanting to get into the game, understand your strong suit before you decide, I want my own record label. You sure you want your own record label? You know what I'm saying?
Somebody get this man a towel or some tissues back there. He is sweat. I think that's a testament that you never stop working.
Never.
That you put in your blood, sweat, and tears every second of
Got to.
Okay, so what advice or what are the pitfalls that you would tell a new artist if they're about to sign a contract with a label? What should they look out for?
I would say about probably 70 to 85% of the people signing contracts, you don't understand every aspect of the contract. You might understand the things that make the most sense to you, like how much my contract is. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like the money part of it, or people talk about masters, so you ask about that. People ask what they hear about. But when you actually read a contract, it's a lot of things you just won't understand.
So I would tell people to like really get somebody in your corner. Invest early in somebody who can understand it and explain it to you that you trust.
Hire a lawyer.
Hire a lawyer. Hire a good one.
Hire a good lawyer. Oh, okay, we got somebody coming in because this man is sweating. Okay, he's working hard. Everybody. Okay. This is somebody off the label. Okay. Wave to the camera. You're on camera. Okay. So let's talk about the music. One of the things that you mentioned, I think on a Facebook video, because I was all up on your social media this morning, so you said that if money is the only reason for your momentum, or if money stops being your momentum, you've got a problem. I thought that was very poignant. Could you tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind that?
So every day I do a different daily inspirational quote, right? That was the one for yesterday, day 59. Or 58, one of the two. I think 58. And basically what I meant by that, I was having a conversation with my good friend, Jose. We were in L.A. We just did a big event out there for a festival, or like a kind of like a fair thing. And we were talking about, you know, at the event that we did, it was, you know, hundreds and hundreds of different booths, from Reebok to up-and-coming brands to everybody had a different type of booth. You could tell the money that was spent in certain people's booth compared to others. And the reason why I said that quote about if money is the only thing that continues you from moving forward, you're going to be moving pretty slow, because every great business, I would say majority of them, you start off making no money. So if the money is the thing at the end of the tunnel and the thing right in front of you, you're not leaving any room for there not to be money. But there's no money in business in the beginning. You invest, you go through hard times. Some people, even if you get money handed to you, money with no knowledge, it's still money spent wrong. Right. Because if I give you $1 million and don't tell you how to spend it, you're just going to blow it. Right. It's better I show you how to make $1 million and don't give you no money. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like money is important, and I never want it to seem like money is not important or whatever. But if it's your only momentum, it puts you in a weird place, because you're always chasing something that doesn't come right away.
Now, talking about money, you are somebody who has created a knack for having multiple streams of income, because you're not just a rapper. Right. You own your own label, but you talk about some of the songwriting and the work that you do on other artists' tracks.
I like to understand the game, and a lot of people say, like, oh, you got to play the game, you got to play the game. But I would tell you that you need to understand the game and understand what do you want to do in it? Like, you know, like if you're a really dope lyricist, then you're probably a really dope writer. You know, and for me, I wanted to just test every part of the game. A lot of things that I end up doing is things that get thrown my way, and I take advantage of the opportunity. So it started with like, hey, you want to write for Rihanna? And I was like, I could try. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't writing for anybody. I was just writing for Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? So, and I didn't place any songs on that album, but I did realize, like, oh, I like writing songs for other people, because it allowed me to say things that I wouldn't say for myself, but I still had the thoughts in my mind. So it's like no wasted bars, per se. And so, like, the different people that I've got a chance to write for anywhere, like, in no particular order, but we've done, like, you know, Kevin Gates, we've done Bad Baby, we've done Will Smith, we've done, who else? We've done Jaden Smith, we've done Kehlani, we've done, who else have we done? That's 5 people
right there.
Like,
that's a lot right there.
Yeah, and like I said, this is like, it's going to continue to get crazier and crazier, because I really enjoy it now. Like, this is me starting in 2015 writing music to like now, where it's like, we're getting plaques. Like, you know what I'm saying? Bad Baby's first record. Success is success, no matter what you may think of the artist. It still takes a lot of work from everybody's behalf. The artist, the writer, the label, the A&R, to make a record go platinum, to make it go gold, to even sell a record, period. There's tons of people putting out music, and they ain't making a dime. So if you see a young woman, 15 years old, 16 years old, and she's putting her work in, her team is putting that work in, you have to respect that, you know what I'm saying? We helped to get her first, like, big record, her first plaque, you know? So, like, we got to start her career for her. Now she's, like, killing it, you know, doing her thing. So that joy that I get is like, man, hey, you know, I'm twice her age or whatever, but I can still help that person. And then, like, Will Smith, he's twice my age, but we can still help that person. So, like, I feel...
Twice your age?
Not twice, but, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, he's older, you know what I'm saying? He's way older than I am.
Will's going to be like, let me call you that.
You know what I'm saying? So, You know, it's like
shots,
him being, yeah, never no shots at the big bro. Never no shots at big bro. No shots. But no, just to be able to operate on any side of the field, whether it's the young up and coming or the GOATs.
Yes.
However you feel you are, or whatever, we got work for both sides.
And that's one of the things your fans love so much about you, how much respect you have for other artists. I mean, we see that with your new track playlist. Talk about the inspiration. I mean, I think it's clear behind that track and why you thought it was important.
Well, I'm just a literal person. Like I'm straight to the point. Like I really have those people on my playlist, and I just feel that hip hop started on love, and people like congregating together and spitting their lyrics and doing their thing and showing love. You used to see everybody rocking with each other. It wasn't as much beef. Like beef came as more money started coming into hip hop or whatever, and that's when the beef came because of course you got so many people puppeteering different artists, you know what I'm saying, like puppet masters and stuff. So that throws off the thing. So it's to be able to show, like just bringing that aspect of like, bro, show love to the people that you like. You know what I'm saying? Me and Fyre did that song in Atlanta, our first time recording in Atlanta, and it just was like it felt right. You know, like I really did, and why not?
Of course. One of the things that I'm loving right now is your whole ensemble. We didn't
Thank
plan
you.
this, but we're matching. So I feel like
Her outfit is better. Her outfit is better. No, thank you.
And so before you got signed in 2012, you were working at a boutique, and obviously fashion is all up in your look. And I know that you host a show about sneakers, and you have a sock company. So tell me a little bit about how fashion kind of defines you and all the moves you're making in the fashion industry.
Fashion is just second nature. Like you said earlier, I ran a men's boutique before music in Atlanta. It was called Ginza Boutique, right in the heart of Atlanta. I did that for 3 years, going on 4. I transitioned into music out of that. Like even when All Go Everything had still came out, I was still working at the store. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like because that is my world. Like when it comes to like fashion, like I'm in love with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in love with clothes. I'm in love with the idea. Like, the reason why I love clothes so much is because it could be for anybody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's literally, it helps you with your confidence. There's so many people that walk around this earth with not enough confidence. You know, and confidence is literally what you believe. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, not what somebody else thinks. It's what you believe. You have some people that wake up like, damn, I know I'm going to do it today. And you got some people that wake up every day like, man, I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? So for me, clothes allows you to stop second guessing yourself or doubting yourself because a good outfit gets you the compliments that you need to like, oh shit, I am cool. Because at the end of the day, the clothes is the clothes or whatever, but it's still the person has to wear it.
Right.
You know, it's almost like writing a song or whatever. I could write a dope song or whatever, but if you don't deliver it well, if the artist doesn't deliver it well, then it doesn't matter if it was a good outfit or a good song. You know, so it's very similar, clothes and music, the way that I approach it. Everything I do in clothes is probably fashion-based or whatever because I'm a big fan of colors and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, and mixing and matching and like, oh, if everybody doing this, then we definitely not doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go to the left. And can you recall maybe the sneaker purchase that you made that made you fall in love with sneakers, that made you a sneakerhead? Because I know you host that sneaker show.
It wasn't about the purchase. It was about not having. When you grow up not having, when you could finally afford the things that you had none of or whatever, then some people don't care about it no more. Like it's certain things, like if you didn't grow up eating chocolate, you might not like chocolate when you get older. And people are like, yo, what the hell is wrong with that girl? Like, I didn't grow up eating it. So I can't, it's not in my system type situation. So growing up, not being able to have cool kicks or nothing, just having bad kicks for so long, when I had a chance to finally get the things that I wanted, shoes was one of those things that just repeatedly just kept being like affordable and like, ooh, I like those. Ooh, I like those. And oh, I got the money to buy it.
Right.
You know, which is a different feel compared to seeing so many shoes on your, not even your friends, just peers' feet, like different people at school. And like, damn, look at my shoes, look at hers, look at his, you know what I'm saying? So when I finally got out of that, like, doubting if I was cool enough to be in school because of my ensemble, because now I had pieces or whatever, then people started showing me love. Then I love that love or whatever. So it made me like, oh, I want to put it together even crazier. I want to get fresher. I want to get fresher. I want to get fresher and fresher. So now we're here.
I couldn't even help but notice. I was dazzled by you. You have your nails. Look at this. Can you show the camera the pinkies? That is ridiculous. Okay. So you're definitely a visual artist. The visuals for your latest single, Ugly, are incredible,
Thank you very
striking.
much.
And then one of the things that struck me at the end, you have this amazing message: nobody wins when kids die. And I want you to talk about why that was so important to put that at the end of that video. It's a strong message.
I study people every day, like the world, the universe, like everything. I'm just like paying attention to what people like, what people don't like, what people react to. You know, how do we make things better? I'm all about, like I tell my guys, solutions. If it's not a solution, it's an excuse. You know what I'm saying? So when a reason I say that is, first of all, I want to give a shout out to the director, Mike Marasco. I love you, Mike. You my dog. Like that's my boy. He's done a lot of my videos, and he's just one of the people I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Mike. So me and Mike, we did that video, and Ugly is an acronym for You Gotta Love Yourself.
Wow. Okay.
All right? So U-G-L-Y. You gotta love yourself, right? And with that video, I wanted to bring you into the world of Trinidad, right? Which is it's a pretty wild world. You know, people don't walk out the house dressed like this every day. I understand that. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
They
totally
don't?
fine. They don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I look for them every day, but I don't find them. You know what I'm saying? So that's that, right? But me thinking I'm the coolest guy on earth, the best dressed on earth, it doesn't find a solution. That doesn't help.
Right.
That's just me being overconfident. You know what I'm saying? Like too much confidence without any reason for being confident is kind of meaningless. You know, so anyways, I wanted to bring you into the world of like, to really show it to you from two sides. When the kid is in the prison cell and the officer is pointing a gun at him, and then I come out of the right corner and I'm in his head, we never think of the perspective of like, do we really think that every cop got up every day to kill a kid or to kill anybody, to even pull their gun out? Do we think that every cop is a killer? You know what I'm saying? I don't think that. You know what I'm saying? Black, white, Asian, you know, I don't think that every cop is a killer. Now, are some cops bad cops? Yes, because some people are bad people.
Right.
So whatever suit you wear, that's just a suit. But the person, whether you good or bad, it shows, right? So with the officer, the confusion that goes through your mind is like when you get put in those moments, and then like every other month or so we see some like crazy police brutality. So when you're the officer now who didn't wake up to shoot anything and you get put in that situation, that whole element of wildness and chaos, that's the world that we're living in. Whereas the kid standing in the bar, behind bars in the middle, or him sitting on the bed observing the other two inmates fighting the police, and then the police pointing a gun at him, everybody's confused. Yeah. And then you thinking in your mind of everything that's happening on social media or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So like when I even look at the camera and I show you both sides of my face or whatever, it allows you to see like life is fucked up. Mm-hmm. It's so ugly. It's so ugly on one side of things or whatever. And then even the pretty side of it is ugly because it's so confusing. Mm-hmm. So at the end of all this wild shit that you've seen throughout the whole video, this child still dies. And who won? Not the cop, not the guys fighting. They kept fighting, as you can see, or whatever, because we're so in our own worlds of chaos, we're not even paying attention that we're killing people that got nothing to do with the bullshit. You know, so it's, you know, it seems
Okay,
it got a little deep there.
You're preaching right now.
It got a little deep there, but that is my way of, that's my way of showing, like our project is our perspective. You know, it's our perspective on the world. Or whatever, it's a black perspective, but it's just a perspective of the same things that every race sees. This is just the way that we wanted to show you.
No, that's amazing. I don't think anybody that tuned in today thought they were going to get a lesson on fashion, a lesson on starting your own label, a little bit of politics, okay? This is, now what's next for you guys? We want to know, where can your fans find you?
Well, definitely, you can also follow all these guys on Instagram, at Young Fyre, and that Fyre is Fyre. For anybody, you know, also for my DJ Looney Go Ham on Instagram, and then my drummer Avbeatz, whatever that Beats is with a Z at the end on Instagram, and then Trinidad James on all socials with 2 G's at the end. You definitely can find us there. What's next for us though is more shows. You know, our next drop that we're going to drop when the time is right. You know, Ugly's out now, so we want to push that.
Yes.
And Playlist is out now. We want to push that. We want people to enjoy it, want to understand, because obviously it's so much more than what you think or whatever. So, and I know it takes a lot of time for people to really decide, like, oh, I want to rock with this. I want to listen to this. They usually wait on the mainstream or Billboard or somebody to tell them, you should be listening to Trinidad James. He's not just rapping to be rapping. Like, I wouldn't put on this outfit and these boots just to be sweating on stage. Like, I just sweat my hair out. Like, I wouldn't just do that for fun.
Your hair out.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
now
I wouldn't just do that for the fun. I could have just stayed at home. You know what I'm saying? So I want people to understand that it's like, no, we're here for you. Entertainment is what we care the highest about. We want you to be entertained, but we also want you to leave the show or the stream, the show, whatever you come to. We're like, dang, that was a little bit more than just somebody yelling at me.
Like, I learned something. Oh, my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? So
I learned so much today, and I know that the audience did too. And I can speak for everyone. I said we had a pretty good time. So thanks everyone for being here today. Thank you, Trinidad James.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to the fans for watching. This has been Billboard Live.
What's up, Ash?
See you next time.
Billboard.